Hello learners, I am Dr. Nidhi Mathur and the subject expert is Dr. Neeti Mathur, teaching in National Law University, Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Today we are going to talk about foreign exchange markets in detail. In the previous session, we discussed the definition of foreign exchange and its market, a brief history of evolution of foreign exchange market, understanding of foreign exchange functioning, and its type, key role players and their hierarchy in the market, need of foreign exchange for international companies and role of technology. In this session, we will discuss few more related concepts of foreign exchange. Products of foreign exchange market. As we know, the foreign exchange is the exchanging of one currency with another and it is the backbone of international finance and global trade. The services and products of foreign exchange are as follows. FX spot. A spot contract in foreign exchange includes a purchase or sale of a currency for delivery and payment on the spot date, which is normally up to 2 business days after the trade's date. Few forex brokers and international banks provide immediate conversion of one currency to another at competitive prices. This allows our customers to have smooth business operations with their foreign counterpart. FX forward. Contrary to a spot rate, forward rate is used to quote a financial transaction that takes place at a future date. As currencies constantly appreciates or depreciates over a period of time, a future contract is one that allows you to fix a specific rate in the future, as it involves an agreement of contract terms on the current date with the delivery and payment at a specified future date with an agreed fixed exchange rate. FX forward helps in managing market volatility and facilitate better cash flow management. FX flexible forward. This product is similar to the FX forward contract, but as the name suggests, it has a flexibility of receiving the purchased currency and settling the sold currency before the actual settlement date agreed. There is an option for full or partial settlement between a selected option date and the maturity date. If no settlement occurs before the maturity date, the forward contract settles fully at maturity. FX swap. In this contract, a currency is borrowed from one party and simultaneously lent to another party. Each party uses the repayment obligation to its counterparty as collateral and the repayment amount is fixed at the FX forward rate as of the start of the contract. This is essentially a combination of two contracts, FX spot and FX forward. With FX swap, one can limit or manage exposure to fluctuations in FX rates. It is more beneficial in short-term funding on FX market. FX limit orders. A limit order is placed with a bank to execute a buy or sell transaction of a specified FX amount and at a specified limit price or better. Such limit orders have three dimensions: amount, price and expiration. These are commonly used to enter a market when you fade breakouts. Some common types of limit orders are stop loss orders, limit order, order cancel order, good till cancelled, etc. Calculation of rate of return on international investment. When an investment is made, the investor has three major concerns, namely risk, liquidity and rate of return. Rate of return in general is defined as the percentage change in the value of an asset over some period of time. Return on investment is a calculation that shows how an investment or asset has performed over a certain period. It expresses gain or loss in percentage terms. The formula for calculating return on investment is ROI is equal to current value minus beginning value divided by beginning value. Suppose that an investor must decide between two investments of equal risk and liquidity. Suppose one potential investment is a 1-year certificate of deposit issued by a US bank, while a second potential investment is a 1-year certificate of deposit issued by a British bank. Let E dollar divide by pound is equal to the spot ER. E dollar divide by pound is equal to the expected ER 1 year from now. I dollar equal the 1-year interest rate on a CD in the US in decimal form. I pound equal the 1-year interest rate on a CD in Britain in decimal form. The rate of return on the US CD is simply the interest rate on that deposit. More formally, R dollar equal I dollar. The rate of return on the British CD is more difficult to determine. If a US investor with dollars wants to invest in the British CD, must first exchange dollars for pound on the spot market. Use the pound to purchase the British CD. After 1 year, she must convert pounds back to dollars at the exchange rate that prevails then. The rate of return on that investment is the percentage change in the dollar value during the year. To calculate this, we can follow the procedure below. Suppose the investor has P dollars to invest. P for principal. Step 1. Convert the dollars to pound. P divided by E dollar divide by pound. This is the number of pounds the investor will have at the beginning of the year. Step 2. Purchase the British CD and earn interest in pounds during this year. P divide by E dollar divide by pound in bracket 1 plus I pound. This is the number of pounds the investor will have at the end of the year. The first term in parenthesis returns the principal. The second term is the interest payment. Step 3. Convert the principal plus interest back into dollars in 1 year. P divide by E dollar divide by pound in parenthesis. Again, 1 plus I pound multiplied by EE dollar divided by pound. This is the number of dollars the investor can expect to have at the end of the year. The rate of return in dollar terms from this British investment can be found by calculating the expected percentage change in the value of the investor's dollar asset over the year shown below. ROR pound is equal to P divided by E dollar divided by pound in parenthesis multiplied in parenthesis 1 plus I pound. EE dollar divided by pound minus P whole divided by P. After factoring out the P, this reduces to ROR pound is equal to in parenthesis EE dollar divided by pound whole divided by E dollar divided by pound multiplied by 1 plus I pound subtracted with 1. Foreign exchange in India. In India, foreign exchange came into existence in the year of 1978. Intraday trading in foreign exchange was permitted by RBI to be undertaken by banks in India. The profit-making opportunities started growing when the major banks in India started quoting two-way prices against the rupee as well as in cross countries, leading to increase in trading volume. The role of market clearer by RBI introduced some variability in the sizes of reserves. Indian foreign exchange market comprises customers, authorized dealers in foreign exchanges and the RBI. RBI and a voluntary association, that is Foreign Exchange Dealers Association, have structured and regulated the foreign exchange which exists today in India. FEDA facilitates the ground rules for fixation of commissions and other charges and also handles the matters relating to the interests of the ADs. The dealers authorized by RBI can engage in the transactions. The broker's intervention is, however, not required for the dealings between ADs and the RBI and between ADs and overseas banks, but the interbank dealing in the same center must be effected through accredited brokers who constitute the second arm in the market structure. The PSUs, corporates and other business entities having foreign exchange market exposure can approach the foreign exchange market through these ADs only. The foreign exchange in India is essentially operated via 7 major centers: Kolkata, Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Kochi and Ahmedabad. Mumbai has the major bulk of all transactions. The exchange rates now majorly operate on the function of forces of supply and demand. It indicates the process of liberalization and the growing economic stability of the country. Foreign exchange market in India comprises 4 distinct segments. Apex segment, it comprises of RBI and the ADs. RBI acts as a rate setter and the residual partner in respect of commercial transactions. Interbank segment, it covers the transactions of the ADs among themselves and with overseas banks. This segment is majorly dominated by large Indian banks such as SBI, which accounts for the large portion of the turnover. Primary segment, this segment encompasses transactions of ADs with customers, the general public, trade and commerce who buy and sell currencies in their normal course of their business. Licensed money changers and travel agent. This segment has limited authorization for encashment of travelers' checks and notes. Few specified hotels and government owned shops are also granted restricted license to accept payments from non-residents in foreign currencies. RBI Bank and Exim Bank have been allowed to handle and hold foreign currencies in limited way. Most commonly traded currencies in foreign exchange markets are Euro, United States dollar, Canadian dollar, British pound, Japanese yen, Australian dollar, Swiss franc. Currency pairs allowed to trade in India are USD INR, Euro INR, Great Britain pound INR, Japanese yen INR. Things required to start currency trading. Open a currency trading account with the reputed broker. Abide by the customer KYC, that is know your customer norms. Deposit the required margin amount. Get requisite access credentials from your broker to begin. Things to remember while trading in currency markets. To be a successful trader, you have get your basics, goals and risk managements right. Few important things to remember are: understand your trading style. Knowing your trading style is very important to manage your risk profile properly and to trade regularly. Choosing right broker and platform. Having a good broker in currency trading is important for success. Keeping yourself updated with live market news is important, and hold-handed by a good broker is almost a necessity. Know your limits. A forex trader must work with proper entry and exit setup in order to manage the risk right and be in the tolerable limits. No trade is a sure shot profit, and we have to be prepared to take small losses and avoid trading aggressively and out of limits. Systematic trading is the key to success in forex trading. Major benefits of forex trading. It's a huge global market, and its sheer size and scale is the most benefiting factor in the list. On an average, more than $5 trillion are exchanged per day in forex. The broadness of foreign exchange market is also responsible for some other important benefits such as accessibility, liquidity, volatility, technology and trading hours. It's good for beginners due to its accessibility, which makes it easy to enter in comparison to other market, and it does not even require large capital to start with. Successful trading still needs proper skill set, knowledge and lots of patience irrespective of its accessibility and ease. Trading happens 24 hours a day in foreign exchange, which is another important advantage of foreign exchange market. It takes place over the counter, meaning transactions are made directly between trading parties facilitated by a forex broker. The transaction costs in forex trading are low in comparison to other markets. The forex broker makes money through the difference of bid and ask values, which is called spread or point in percentage. Spreads in forex are pretty low in comparison to spreads in other markets. The leverage availability is another important aspect to be considered, as it allows you to open a high position with a relatively small amount of capital. Most of the forex brokers permit retail traders to put down a deposit and borrow against this in order to control a much higher stake. It definitely opens up the potential for increased profits, but it may also lead to higher losses. So, leverage should be used with caution. Forex market has high liquidity due to its 24-hour activity and high volumes on a global scale. This may seem counterproductive as less variance leads to scope of little profits, but with a proper trading strategy in place, an effective trade setup can be achieved with minimal risk. It eventually depends upon your trading approach, risk management and your market predictions. Forex market is one of the most volatile trading markets and is influenced by multiple factors such as the economic stability of the country, the global economy as a whole, political news events and policies, trade deals, natural disasters. High volatility creates scope for both improved risks and better profit opportunities both at the same time. With proper trade setup and defined entry and exit points, high volatility can be advantageous to the trader. However, proper risk management is the most crucial aspect to be considered, as movement can occur in either direction. High liquidity is the major link to the volatility of the market, and more liquid major currency pairs tend to be less volatile. You can buy or sell currency pairs depending on the market, as the ultimate goal is to make profits by buying low and selling high. In forex trading, this is known as going long or short. If your analysis and instinct tells you a currency is likely to be appreciated in value, you would go long, considering the base currency rising against the quote currency. Similarly, you would go short, considering the base currency to depreciate against the quote currency. Forex market trading is relatively a new practice than other market. However, it has been quicker in adapting to technological advancement of the trading world. The connectivity acts as a vital factor for its existence, and platforms for forex trading software are continuously improving. Innovations in mobile applications, trading algorithms and global connectivity makes it easier for traders to trade hassle-free and more effectively in real time and anywhere in the world. Forex market is a well-regulated market. However, its regulation is not that easy, as it takes place in a global and digital landscape. The foreign exchange is a decentralized market, and independent bodies are responsible for regulating in respective countries. But it works in the favor of traders and can be considered as one of the advantage of forex markets. Predicting forex movements. In order to predict forex movements and to gain insight into where the market is heading, we can use two main types of analysis. Fundamental analysis. It involves evaluating many external events and influences that impact the price of a currency, such as the economical state of the country and financial markets, government and monetary policies. Basically aiming to find if a currency is overvalued or undervalued on the basis of external factors that drive price movements. Technical analysis. It involves predicting the future price movements solely on the basis of identifying patterns and trends through historical price charts and statistics. Basically only focusing on price to understand the demand and supply with the expectation that previous patterns will be repeated. And it disregards everything else as unquantifiable data. Present and upcoming future of the forex market. Forex trading is already very popular in today's world, and its constantly growing as one of the most flexible and accessible type of financial trading. Many traders consider it as second income source and some kind of home business opportunity. Its popularity started growing in early 2000s and every year brings us new changes and developments. The number of traders involved in forex market is increasing day by day. The increasing popularity will definitely lead to increased amount of related information, analysis, trade ideas, systems, strategies, expert advisors, etc. As the discussions will improve, the trends will become less distinctive and large number of participants will result in faster and more flexible reaction to the global events such as natural disasters, acts of terrorism, outbreaks of wars, conflict, big business news, etc. The strictness in regulation will also influence the market participants and eventually will attract more conservative traders. Paid systems and strategies will continue to flourish despite the availability of equivalent free versions, as new marketing techniques will encourage more traders to decide for their own paid financial advising systems and schemes. However, despite of all this, forex will still remain a high risk speculative activity with big earning potential and high probability of losses. Creativity and relationship building are the most essential aspect of the upcoming age in retail foreign exchange. Knowing the trader first and trade second is becoming the success mantra now, and it will grow in the future as companies focus moves more towards understanding the sophistication of each trader and educating them appropriately at different levels. Apart from all this, automated trading is also likely to reach a high degree of popularity and greater probability. However, price action is eventually driven by human emotion, as it is human that set the parameters for automated systems to take actions. It will be a very different market if operated by bots solely. Hence, replacing the human intervention by technology entirely does not seem very likely to happen. Lastly, the more distant future of forex market holds some indication towards a single currency all over the world. And if that ever happens, there will be no foreign exchange and its market. It is not very likely to happen due to multiple reasons, such as currency being the cornerstone of the society, major control of central banks on forex trading, it being perfect for day trading, easy enough to learn, huge range of reliable brokers, etc. And thus large number of traders are involved in trading into forex markets and enjoys handsome profits. So that is all for today. Hope you have understood. We will meet in the next episode with a new topic to take understanding of international financial environment at a deeper level. Till then, take care. Goodbye.